This government sign, this makeshift cardboard sign, indicates the severity of this issue, but yet the quality of the sign shows us how seriously the AMA is taking on this issue. Keep it clean and tidy is obviously not what you see here. Now, what are the possible health implications with cholera spreading rampant in Ghana? Street hawkers on the road is so commonplace that after April 1st, their absence is really going to be felt. Perhaps the AMA is overlooking the huge economic factor in imposing this new policy. Not only is there no running water in the toilets, but also here in the showers. Take a look. Completely dry, nothing. And this is the same place where our women are having their babies. More Ghanaians are arriving from Libya, and they are expressing their disappointment with the Ghanaian government. Although the administration has evacuated over 1,300 nationals since the crisis in Libya began, they say they are being abandoned by the government upon their arrival.
I think from our journey to Tunis, we stood up good the whole night the day before yesterday. We've never slept just to get our flight back to our country because Libya is very hot. They were shooting nice, throwing nice bomb here and there, and we managed to cross through this Tunis border. We stood up till the whole night. There was no water for us to drink, as well as food. So we just hung like a hanging bat.
Waiting in lines with excessive heat and no food, these nationals are famished and dismayed at the lack of organizational structure in trying to reintegrate back into the country.
Now, they say they are sharing some money for us for transportation, and at the same time we are waiting here for our bags.
Now behind me is a fifth batch of Ghanaians to arrive from Libya, and they say they were forced to sleep outside here in the park last night. They also say their belongings are scattered and unmarked, and that the majority of their assistance has come from the UN and not from the Ghanaian government.
I believe it's not Ghana government that brought us here. It's the UN that sympathizes us. So that is the situation now.
The process of organizing the last-minute belongings that the Ghanaian workers could take with them from Libya is a tenuous task.
Now we want Ghana government to have the mercy and sympathy to go and bring our beloved brothers that are still at Tripoli there, so that we can all be cheered up together. So that is what I am pleading to Ghana government to do for us.
Reporting for ETV News, I'm Erica Ayisi. Ghana's 54th independence celebration is under threat of being disrupted by following angry nationwide demonstrations by teachers. Hundreds of teachers protest at Nat Hall and literally sacked the competing students out of the hall.
I think maybe it's good for them because they have children and they have to take care of their wife and children, pay rent and all stuff. So if you are not paying them good, I don't really know how they are going to survive.
But not all of the students were in favor of their aggressive approach.
This time we should get out, so if it's not because of the teacher, we won't have known what we are coming to do, so we should get out. Some of them also use canes on us, so we run away from the hall.
Dressed in black and red to show their solidarity, teachers protested against the single-spine salary structure, in which they say is unjust.
Today, we are getting something less. We are worse off. We can't even educate our children. We can't feed our families. We can't even do anything and then attract any decent life in the society. You know, everybody is mocking at the teacher. Meanwhile, we are producing the human resource need of this country.
If a graduate teacher who has served for more than 10 years is taking 450 Ghana cedis, which is 4.5 million old Ghana cedis, and a police constable, we are not making comparison. But a police constable, we have decided to make the comparison because a police constable is taking 750, which is 7.5 million, who is using BEC certificate. Then you think teachers don't have a case. We have a case.
The teachers threatened to interrupt traditions of the 6th March Independence Day parade by not showing up with their school children.
This Sunday, we are not going to the 6th March. We will not change our position.
Although the police made their presence, there were no arrests made, and the mob of teachers escorted them out and away. These teachers here today are passionate and they are angry and they are saying they are not going to support the Independence Day parade. They will not support the government until they see some type of change. Reporting for ETV News, I'm Erica Ayisi.
Welcome back to Be Bold. Now this is the segment for The Diaspora and we have Erica Ayisi in studio with us. Thank you very much for joining us, Erica.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, and we just saw your story a bit about education, and how did you come about doing that story? Why did you think it was necessary?
I thought it was necessary because there's a voice of the young people in Ghana in terms of their education. I think sometimes the culture can lead people to believe that young people don't have a voice and that they are to be seen and not heard. And these are growing adults who have choices and opinions, and I think their voice in regard to education was a concern.